here we are at the Market House. Spoiler warning, it's a Starbucks. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Magic Meals, the series where I take you with me around the Disneyland Resort to sample and review all the eateries therein. This week, we are going to be visiting the Market House, also our first Disney-affiliated Starbucks location. Market House is located on Main Street, USA. The fastest way to get there is to take the eastern gate into the park, past the churro stand that we visited last week, and follow Main Street up about halfway. At the very end of the first building on the eastern side, you will see a sign that says Market House, and that is our destination. So let's go take a look, shall we? Alright, here we are at the Market Corner, Market Square. I didn't even check outside. Let me take a look. Market House. All right. Okay, we are at Market House. Now that I know its name.
But basically it's Starbucks.
It's Disney's skin over Starbucks. I don't care. It's still in the park, which means I'm still gonna do a review. I'm not a big Starbucks fan. I don't drink coffee though, so that's probably part of it. You're shaking your head. You're not a coffee drinker either.
Oh, no.
Alright, well I'm gonna get in line here. It's still really cute in here though. One thing I really like about this Starbucks is that it doesn't look like a Starbucks. It looks like something you would find in Disneyland, appropriately enough. I'd imagine that when Starbucks struck their deal with Disney was like, alright, you can be here, but you gotta do it our way or hit the road, so. It made for a really cool aesthetic inside. So we've got the selection of typical prepared drinks and parfaits and foods. And then it's interesting because it's, for the most part, it's like Normal run-of-the-mill Starbucks selection, but then Mickey's. Take a look inside the library. Chandeliers that are really nice. Arches. I love the wallpaper. And then you can see there's all these books and paintings on the walls. All right, let's try it again. Hi! I got my ice creamy beverage because I don't drink coffee. You didn't get anything because you don't drink coffee.
I don't drink coffee, and I do like the vanilla fraps, but I just don't want anything.
Wasn't feeling it, yeah. So that's basically it for Market House. It's a Starbucks in disguise as something fancier. If you like Starbucks, it's a great place to come. If you don't like Starbucks, it's cute, but it's still cute looking. There's a little library nook over there for like sitting and eating. I tried not to take too much footage of it though because people were giving me strange looks like, why are you taking pictures of me? But it's pretty cute. Like the decor in here is really, really nice. I actually love the way it looks, but it is a Starbucks. And that's kind of all I have to say about it. Alright, thanks everyone for joining me this week on my visit to the Market House. As you can see, it's kind of a bit fancier than a normal Starbucks, but the interior is still a Starbucks. So how does it rate? Based on the first criteria out of our 4, service, I'm going to have to rank this at 3 stars. To be perfectly honest, I was going to give it a 2 because the employee that I spoke to during our visit had kind of a little bit of a sullen attitude, which is not normally something you find from Disneyland workers, so that was a little bit disappointing. However, I did bump it back up to a 3 because, much to my surprise, I discovered that they accept annual pass holder discounts, which I was not anticipating considering that Starbucks is a third party, so that was a really pleasant surprise. And that's sort of what they needed to bump their service up to 3 stars in my mind. Again, the employee wasn't rude, she wasn't in any way negative, she just wasn't quite as enthusiastic to be there as I would normally expect. For atmosphere, I'm also going to give this location a solid 3. It's not the most exciting location in any of the parks, but it's still decked out like Disneyland. It doesn't look or feel like a Starbucks on the inside. It's still very, very charming. I loved the sort of library nook that they had for people to sit and eat and sip their coffees in. It was a bit difficult to film in there because there were a lot of people around and it's hard to get good footage in a crowd.
but I did really like that area of the location itself. It had a combination of that old-time American feel you would expect from Main Street USA, while also invoking a little bit of Belle's library inside Beast's castle in Beauty and the Beast, which was a nice touch. I really liked it. For the food, I'm gonna have to give this a 2. I'm not a big Starbucks fan. My vanilla bean frappuccino was tasty. It was cooling, which are things that I like. I did think it was quite enjoyable, but apart from a couple of Mickey Mouse shaped cookies, there's not really anything there that you can't find at any other Starbucks, and that's just not what I'm looking for in a Disney park. When I'm visiting a Disney park, I want to have that magical experience that we've all come to expect. So I think for those of you who are coffee addicts and need to get your fix in the mornings, it's a great place to go, but for someone like me who has avoided that obsessive part of our culture, then this place is skippable. And finally, the price point. I'm gonna give that a 2-star rating as well, just because I've always found Starbucks prices to be a little outrageous considering what you're getting. I spent 4 years early in my career working as a barista, and I still think that coffee prices are pumped up beyond where they need to be. So that's just my personal opinion. It's an industry-wide issue, not just a Disneyland issue. So that rounds us out to about 2.5 stars out of 5 for the Disney Market House, aka Disney Starbucks. Thanks for joining me this week, and make sure to tune in next week for a very special update I'm really excited about, and I hope you guys get as jazzed about it as I am once you see it. In the comments below, tell me what you think about Starbucks having a location in Disneyland. Are you for it? Against it? What are your thoughts? Make sure to like this video if you haven't, and subscribe to our channel, and I will see you guys next week for some more Monday Magic.